said, Owen Benjamin tried to poison my lasagna. That's how you're going to try and diss someone in a wheelchair? By saying that the wind blew them over? That's your slight jab at me, buddy? Nice try. Must be nice to try and make jokes like that. Found out about Owen Benjamin and the Unbearables. I can't remember exactly who told me about them. It might have been one of them who had reached out to me, actually. Long story short, in like March of 2018, I was looking to, of course, continue building the show, and I was looking for a group of networkers, kind of like-minded creative conservatives, and I was told about the Unbearables. I found out about Owen through the JRE podcast. To be honest, I wasn't really a big fan of him comedically. Like, I thought he was okay, but he wasn't, great. But I kind of liked what he was doing with the whole, anti-trans kids thing. That really spoke out to me. And in the beginning, the Unbearables seemed to be a great force, and just late night streams, which was how I met the original DZ guys. Of course, John Neary was my first interview for the brief period of time I was with the Bears. But here's the thing, Owen's not even a conservative. He's a fucking leftist, posing. He's a wolf in sheep's clothing. How dare you? Owen is doing the shit that mass shooters do before they go out and do a school shooting. Here's my manifesto. We need to get rid of the weak people, and I'm not saying he's going to be the one to do this. An Australian man murdered his wife with a pair of scissors, stabbed her in the chest. This is a warning to the general public about Owen Benjamin. We've warned you. How dare you?
Must be nice.
According to him, the goat urinated on him first, in front of Amy.
all this gay talk is pissing off my German Shepherd.
Alrighty, and good evening everyone, and welcome to the Whitfield Report. I'm your host, Sam Whitfield, wrapping up 2021 here with Apex Gamma, and it is the final show of the year. Holy.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the motherfucking Whitfield Report, the last one of the motherfucking year. I hope you've had a good one. We sure haven't. Sure we have. You have too. But welcome. Let's fucking do this thing. How you doing, Sammy?
It's been an interesting year. I don't know if it's necessarily been a good year or a bad year. It's just kind of been a year, if that makes sense.
A year it has been. That's true.
It's not. It wasn't as bad in some respects as 2020 was, but in some respects I also feel like it's kind of been worse.
I don't see on any metric how it was any better than 2020, except for, literally. Granted, I'm not living everyone's, own life experience, but everything was cheaper. Some people were locked up. Some things were a little more complicated to do, but
I did not get sick this year, so that's good. And come to think of it, I didn't get sick in 2020 really either, but
well, it's normal to get sick, you know what I mean?
Yeah, well, I mean,
prior to last year, it was like, oh yeah, my cousin Timmy was really sick. He ended up laid up for 2 weeks. Oh shit. Same thing went around our house. My fucking brother, and then me and my mom. You know what I mean? It was like, and then we went on with our fucking lives.
Yeah. Anyway, though, so this year has been mediocre, but I will tell that as far as the internet goes, we've had some real gems this year that our little corner of the internet here at the Whitfield Report, we have been involved in some of the internet hijinks of 2021. Granted, on the later half of the year, but still, nonetheless, we rode
Boy, howdy. Yeah.
I guess we rode the wave of you know, Eve celeb wars or whatever you want to call them to some extent, I guess. Um so
Well, let's be real, Sammy. You and I started this whole, you know, broship out on mocking these celebs, and one in particular. We've evolved far beyond that, but that little nugget of our foundation still remains. And while I have ventured and was honestly much deeper into the realm of lolcows and e-celebdom, and all of their misdeeds and just how funny they can be, this year, I will say, more than any other, you have ventured, willingly or otherwise, further into my realm of just how hilarious people are on the internet. The true lolcow nature of some of these e-celebs.
and it is hilarious. It really is, especially with some of the people who have, I guess, started beef with me. Because I don't want to say I never start beefs, but generally I don't. It's weird though, because being on the internet is like being in high school, in the sense that, if you're friends with someone, then you must automatically hate another person, right? Or
In some respects, yeah, for sure.
which essentially is what this whole thing. I mean, I'm just gonna say it, between Mersh and I have. That's how that whole thing started. He's just simply upset that I invited the group, that I invited the great and powerful Alan Powell on my show to talk about the FOIA thing, because I didn't know what was going on. You didn't know what was going on. We didn't have a beef to really, we didn't have a bone to pick in that fight. We were just, asking him for his perspective.
Well,
And
and that's the other thing, to be fair, I mean, it's recorded on stream, was the one that was like, "Hey, let's see if Alan's available to come and talk about this on the show." It was my idea, not yours. And because you're crippled and you've been doing the show, it's your show, been doing it for so long, are just such an easy target. And you were making fun of him. We were making fun of him on your show. He picked on you. I mean, I recall some very veiled threats to me as well, but I was just, I'm here along for the ride. If I recall correctly, he threatened me about doxing because I just said that doxing is not illegal, albeit it may be immoral, in some cases, but it's not illegal. So that's not a reason to call the police, which is what we were talking about, him calling the cops on people doxing him or whatever. So,
yeah, ting 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 ting.
ting 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 ting. Yeah, and I'm was very excited to see. I didn't even realize actually that Porcelain's Twitter account got banned, and he is now under an alt account.
Oh,
But I was very excited to see that he is finally coming out with his Mersh-umentary.
yes, I am beyond excited about that as well. And let's see. I thought I had that. Oh, I guess I guess I do have that pulled up, so let me see here. Yeah, so this came out the day after. Well, let me check the date on this. So, okay, this came out a few days after Christmas, December. Oh wow, this came out yesterday actually.
Yeah, I would say just like yesterday.
Yeah. So, and you know,
Are we gonna watch it?
shout
Okay,
out,
yeah, let's watch it.
shout out to Porcelain as well. Who, I mean, I've actually talked to Porcelain, and I
As
don't
have
know
I.
him. Yeah, and granted, neither of us know him super well, but you know, we've known him for a couple of years on the internet, so
Quite
yeah.
familiar. Yeah. Anyway, let's check this out.
Get me a worthy
Check the volume.
adversary
I can't
or
hear it.
stop wasting my goddamn time. That is my message to these fucking
can't hear it at
Redditors and
all.
these faggots.
Now, I know that some people have
You can't hear it.
Yeah, no, I can't hear him. Checking the stream though.
Okay.
Oh, the stream can hear it. Go ahead.
the question if I have cancer or not. I heard that Mersh said that. In fact, you might want to be careful, Chad. I also heard that Mersh told people if you donate to me ever on any live stream I do, he's going to be very disappointed in you.
But when I gave him this 375, you know, his eyes lit up as if this thing was going to last him for a year and a half.
Damn, you're fat as fuck. Holy shit. Why don't you fight me, bitch? Talk some more shit. Oh, he runs like a coward. Oh, like a coward.
Oh, it's Revenge of the Sis. Revenge of the Sis is ROTC. Yeah, those guys were losers, dude.
I'm telling you, I got everything to prove that everything he said is a complete fucking lie.
The amount of passive-aggressive shots this motherfucker has taken at us, just like literally attacks everyone who can suck his dick.
Who writes a letter to the police? Oh, I'm sorry, that's right. Tink, 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 tink. Tink, 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 tink. I mean, who writes an email to the police?
What if Mersh had more money? What would that look like?
Fucking coward, fat fuck. Dude, I couldn't believe he's so fucking fat.
Do you want to know why they hate me? They hate me because for probably a year, they emailed me and they were like, Nick, please come on our podcast. Please come on our podcast. And I never responded because their name is so gay.
I don't know what his show is when it's not Pod Awful fucking with him. A 40-something-year-old woman's diary.
Don't follow Mersh. I don't be part of the Mersh effect. And I always told you I wasn't part of it. And obviously you could see I wasn't because he hates me.
I was ready to fight him right there on the street. But he wanted to waddle away like a fucking bitch, so let's organize it now.
Number one is a play on Star Wars. Number two, Revenge of the Cis, the cisgender.
We might see a man who's barely able to make these payments on this rent. I love that. I love when someone's in a financial bind.
I hear Mersh is having a little bit of difficulty with a Porcelain video that's come out and an alleged documentary in the works. I'm sure that's not something he's super looking forward to.
Can somebody get me somebody who's worth a shit? Please. Because I don't want to do this anymore.
So that is Terrisburg, a Mersh documentary. Now, to be fair, we do have some people who watch this channel who also watch Mersh, and that's fine. I've never had a problem with that. If you guys want to watch Mersh, if you guys want to watch, Owen, whoever, doesn't really matter to me. Because it's the internet. But I do kind of find it funny that like Porcelain and Mersh were friendly towards each other at first, and
Well, hold on. Yeah, no, hold on, because Mersh, this is, I'm positive that this is going to be mentioned in this documentary, which Porcelain came out and said today he hasn't even started writing the script, and Mersh is spurging the fuck out. In his own words, would be described as spurgery. All sort of preemptive counter tweets about this thing, but Mersh has repeatedly, it has to be over half a dozen times on record that he has endorsed another podcast or another creator or something and reached out to them that has either shunned him entirely or made him look like an idiot that has turned out to be his enemy. I mean, down the line, man, I guarantee it almost to everybody. I don't know this because I'm not a Mersh faggot. I don't know much about the dude other than, some of the genuinely funny things he does over the has done over the last few years. But I would wager that most of the people that he spurgs about, gets genuinely mad about are people that he, like Medicare type of thing. He's got a real hard on for Mr. Medicare and his fake cancer.
Can you explain that to me? Because not just the Mersh thing, but I know a little bit about Mr. Medicare, and I don't want to go too much off on a deep end, but to me, Mr. Medicare does not seem that nefarious out of all the internet blood sports guys. He just kind of seems like a dude that's just
well, Mr. Medicare was for whatever reason, was a pillar of blood sports because he was he was kind of a Joker type character. He wasn't friends with anybody, but he would talk to anybody, and back in his Tumblr video days, he used to be the internet aristocrat. He gained notoriety during the infamous Gamergate. And that's how him and Ethan Ralph and all these people came to know each other. And he made several appearances on the Kill Stream over the years, as well as Tonka Saw's Morning Kumite, where idiots would scream at each other on the internet for hours on end and, betray each other and stab each other in the back, pretend to be friends, and then, just for content. And Medicare was always like this, I don't really know how to, I guess kind of like a median sort of personality that literally just laughed at everybody. If you did something fucking stupid, it didn't matter if you'd been on your show 15 times in the last 30 days. If you did something stupid worth laughing at, he would laugh at you most of the time. Now that has changed in recent years, especially in regards to Ethan Ralph, because all of the things that Mr. Medicare used to laugh at, Ethan Ralph is now. But that's kind of besides the point. This whole beef with, I'm not really sure actually where exactly it stems from, but I would imagine that at the root of it, poor Mr. Mershey, little Mr. Mershey wanted some love from Daddy Jim in some way, shape, or form, a shout out of some kind. And he never got it. He didn't get what he wanted. Or thought he deserved, and has been on a crusade against him, claiming fake cancer and, to be fair, Medicare did come out at the very beginning of the pandemic and proclaim, I say the scamdemic, and claim that it's real and everybody needs to be doing what all of the authorities say. And we should be shutting down the economy and all that other shit. That's a whole different ball of wax. But he's kind of a pillar of what is called the blood sports community. It's been around for a long time. And I see why people are skeptical of him, but I've been watching him for long enough to know exactly what he's doing. He refused to sell merch for a long time. Got diagnosed with cancer, and after years of people demanding hats with 5 stars for him. Whoops. Sorry, I knocked my mic off my desk. 4 out of 5 stars hats. He opened up a Teespring. And people like Mersh fucking hate it. Because when Jim does a stream, he doesn't talk about anything. He doesn't say anything particularly profound. He's just laughing at stupid people doing stupid shit, especially now because he does a stream every few months. And lately, young Mr. Mersh is a young Mr. Goddamn double chin. Holy shit, that freeze frame there. Goddamn. Is like a, as he put it, a centerpiece, but he's not a centerpiece. He's just a footnote. But yeah, so he does these streams and gets thousands of dollars in super chats and sells thousands of dollars worth of merchandise. And his whole career on the internet, laughing at shit and not taking it seriously. And as far as I can tell, and I'm not like necessarily a medic or simp, there's a lot about the personal beliefs that he has proclaimed that I do not necessarily agree with, but it doesn't mean that he doesn't have an eye for the hilarious. I mean, he had no interest in making money. And whether or not he has cancer, I don't see any reason to believe he doesn't. But yeah, so that's I don't know if that was coherent at all.
No, it was a good crash course. I just find it funny because I guess Mersh did like a stream the other night, like entirely on Mr. Medicare once again, and I guess I got mentioned around the 18-minute mark, which I'm about to play here. And people were like, dude, you got mentioned on the same stream as like Mr. Medicare. That's like a big deal because Mr. Medicare is like a big, it's like the way it was explained to me is he's like the John Lennon of blood sports or something to that effect.
I don't know that there's a comparison, but for Mersh to mention you at all, and I've thought about this, Sammy, I'm not going to lie to you, before you play this clip. I've considered the possibility that Mersh might actually be trying to do you a favor.
Yeah.
Because Mersh does have an audience.
That's how I'm reading this. I'm not upset at all.
Right.
Because in fact I want to play this clip. And then
because I don't know what this is. I've not seen this. I didn't even know about it until just now.
I didn't know about it until someone DM'd me about it. But it's pretty good. Let me know if you can
play.
Yeah.
Repeating yourself a lot from what I heard.
I can't hear it.
But anybody that watches the show on a nightly basis will attest to the fact that you have actually dedicated a much, much larger percentage of your broadcast time to me than I have to you. Now,
you can't hear it at all?
No, I cannot, but I'm going to just listen to it on stream.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna mute my mic and then play it. So.
Okay.
All right.
What is that? Why is a fucking retard nobody like me getting under your skin? If you got a real disease, then you got a real disease, little buddy, little pal. Seems weird that, like for me, if I had a disease and somebody with like, let's say like a Sam Whitfield, like somebody who has like 7 subscribers, because I'm trying to do this to scale. It can't just be somebody who's smaller than me. It has to be somebody way smaller. I'm an ant in Jim's world. So this would be like if Sam Whitfield was doing a stream and going, ma, I want a Raisin Bran Crunch, and Mersh doesn't. He's literally retarded. I think. I don't know. He sounds retarded. I don't know how that stuff works. I don't know how palsy and I don't know how all that stuff works. But he sounds retarded. All right. And if it's quacks like a retard and it walks like a retard, it's a fucking retard. I don't have time for all your little pronouns out there, kids. Okay? You fucking spoiled millennials. I don't have time. I want to go back to the good old days. Is he in a wheelchair? Is he going meh, meh, meh? Good. Just call him a retard. Let's move on, please.
Okay, now that is actually hilarious because a disability and a pronoun are not even in the same universe.
I'm a little bit behind, but yeah, no, I'm gonna go ahead and say that that's not. It's not a friendly shout out. Once again, it's Sam. He perceives you and your show because you. I mean, I guess it ultimately does come down to having Alan on the show and talking about the FOIA or whatever the fuck it was. That you are an easy target. His audience, it's an easy reference point for him to call on, and he's saying the first thing he said there was, if I was a Sam Whitfield, someone that was obviously diseased and trying to do this for a scam, or something, you know what I mean? So I don't think he's necessarily trying to be friendly, but
not at all. Not at all.
Just mentioning you at all, is really dumb, especially considering the amount of time he spent going over. What was it, like 2 hours? He spent going over 15 minutes of our stream.
Yeah,
together.
He spent 2 hours on us one night, and then another hour on me the next night before laying into Chuck for no apparent reason.
Hey, you know what? Since his simps and I shouldn't call them simps, I'm sorry. These grown, very well-adjusted adult human beings that also listen to your show or scan through it to find the parts where we talk about him. Ask him why, since he got on Adderall legally prescribed by a doctor, he's gained 50 fucking pounds. For me, please. I would appreciate an answer on his next stream.
Also, I realize that it's not I realize that it's not a friendly shout out, but it's still a shout out, and it's free publicity.
Sure.
Listen, I took Christmas off. I took last Saturday off because it was Christmas. I didn't do a Thursday show last week either, so I've been taking the day off, and if we want to use Merch's term, being a lazy retarded cripple, and he gave me free publicity. So,
there are, that's the thing, is this is Merch's job. And there are, I don't even know how many days I've seen come across Twitter, because I don't pay attention to his fucking show, that I've seen, because I have several of his followers are followers of mine, and I'm followers of theirs. A lot of them are funny. You know what I mean? They don't, they're not Merch obsessed, but they're just fans of his. And so when something happens related to him, pops up in my timeline a lot. Countless streams where, I mean, maybe not countless, but a lot in the last several months, certainly over the last 6 months, that excuses to not do a show, fans waiting, a bunch of people blowing up in my timeline. I don't even watch the fucking thing, and people are like, oh, Nightwave, oh my god, Daddy Merch is not, where's Daddy Merch, is he okay? And then doesn't even have the courtesy to call into work to his boss, his fans, to say, yeah, which, to be fair, I mean, I think he does, and most people do, but look, I want to talk about professionalism. Sam's fucking crippled. I've watched him on camera crawl across the goddamn floor to go get a beer. You can't even, this able-bodied fucking faggot can't even take an amphetamine and do exercise. Do you understand how hard that is?
I mean, I can imagine it. I can imagine it is hard to do exercise. Look, I mean, I don't know if I told you, but I'm back in physical therapy now, and that shit is.
Oh,
that
hold
shit
on.
is-
I have a question from the chat. Can you do an impression of Merch doing an impression of you?
Yeah. Sam Whitfield.
Oh, hell yeah.
Honestly, that's not even what I sound like, though. What he's doing? He's doing Walt Jr. from Breaking Bad, because That is the only frame of reference he has for people with cerebral palsy. And
Oh yeah, and I mean, look, I can empathize with him when he says, "I don't know how he's retarded, or at least I think he is. I don't know how any of that palsy shit works, because I don't either." But
well, yeah, but this kind of brings to another thing. You retweeted some redheaded broad whose name I already forgot. Who was?
Yeah, she's a bitch. Who cares?
Who was?
She's a broad. Who cares? Is what I meant.
Who was explaining, like how these like SJW like people are using the term like differently abled to like try and appeal to like disabled people or something. So like, yeah, I in a way I kind of agree that I also kind of agree with Mersh that like the whole like differently abled like PC term nonsense is pretty dumb. Like I'm disabled myself and I think it's retarded, but there's a difference between like being retarded and like being like physically disabled. So,
well, like I've said before, I don't know if I've said it with my mouth on the stream, but I know I said it on Twitter. You and I definitely are a band of retards. You're physically retarded. I'm mentally retarded. We make a somewhat functional. I'm physically quite fit, mentally, so. So together we make a, semi-cohesive team. Did I break up there? Did you lose me?
No, you did not break up at all.
You were just silent the whole time.
John, so, yeah, chat has a few interesting comments. I was looking at OBS, but yeah, chat has a few interesting comments.
Yeah, we can absolutely have other people on the show if you want to come on.
Yeah, if other people want to come on, oh yeah, that's right. I did start a new Discord.
Yeah, new Discord.
So wait, is there a clip of that? What are you referencing, Johnny? Are you referencing the clip where Mersh is talking shit about me, or just
no, of you crawling to get a beer?
Whitfield. I'm just
and
saying.
The only time I tried to record it, it didn't record properly. And then it should be on stream though. I don't know. I don't remember what stream it was though. It's one of the recent ones.
Oh
right?
Yeah. I think it was last Thursday's. I did clip it, and I know I clipped it, and I think I sent it to. I think I sent it to you. I know I sent it. I know I sent it to Brew and was like, "Here, use this for when you want to roast me next time," or she'll
let me
she'll
check
do
my DMs.
She'll do something with it. So so but yeah, and then so then what I want to finish with on the Merce thing is he makes like the weirdest like self-own I've ever heard. And which is that when I have cancer, it'll be real at least. So let me cue that up. 20 minutes.
So Jim seems very angry. You seem angry, little buddy.
Yeah.
What's the matter?
Johnny, as always,
I want to let you know too. We
right
are donating.
Point. We need to be talking
people
about.
People have pointed out 2% is not
Cutmaster
generous
Jack
enough, and you're right. Susan G. Coleman for the Cure.
Jack
I'm
Goldman,
donating 2% for them.
AKA Jack
I'm also
Murphy.
going to throw another 3% of tonight's proceeds, and I am going to make sure that every child in America that has fake cancer will receive a.
We're talking of Jack Murphy, and I don't know if I think I told you, I don't know if chat knows this yet, but like 2 years ago, I was contacted by like some publicist or something, and I guess like they were trying to like book Jack Murphy for my show like 2 years ago.
Whoa, no way.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember if I saw the email or not, but and like I think I responded to that person, but like he was already doing something else, but it's kind of funny. But
You know, I'm gonna try to keep this short because it's in relation to Owen fucking Benjamin, who, well, there's two things actually. There's one of my favorite like like at Ink Blotio or something like that, and they just post a bunch of animal stuff, cute animal videos, various animals, and a lot of hedgehogs. There's always HH to hold a hedgehog. You've probably seen them. But that account just a couple days ago posted an Owen Benjamin video where he's talking about like cathedrals and shit, and it was just like a reverent type of video, and it just washed over me, and I just typed LOL, like I just moved past it. I didn't think too much about it, but I was doing some work on the forklift at work, which required me to be on it for a while. So I threw my headphones in and I was listening, just picked a random old Cumtown episode to listen to. Or no, I think I clicked on like one of those the Cumtown radios that are playing on YouTube, just like, episode after episode, just streaming constantly. I don't know, just something.
Oh yeah, the 24/7 streams.
Right. So I clicked on that just to fucking whatever. And Stavi starts talking about one of his friends who is a comedian and they're like talking about I have to go back and find the episode and clip this because I know Stavros and Owen Benjamin are friends. There are either pictures of them together or they've talked about one another as done shows together and or being friends. But Stavi talks about a friend of his that's a comedian that has like gotten his dick sucked by dudes a couple of times, like when he's fucked up, but he's, does that make him gay? And I swear to God, the way he says it on the episode is exactly the way Owen asks that question in his car that Johnny clipped a couple of years ago. You know what I'm talking about? When Owen's like, "Oh yeah, a friend of mine, he got his dick sucked, by a dude. Now he's just fucking gay forever." Kind of thing, I want to put those two things together.
I feel like Owen on an episode of Cumtown or Owen being featured as a subject on Cumtown would be hilarious.
Oh, dude, there's no way. They are communist liberal fuck. They are libtard communist fucking idiots, dude.
Oh no.
They are retarded.
Oh yeah, I know that. Just hearing their take on the whole thing. What's even funnier though, and again, I've moved on from Owen too, but I did find this amusing because someone in my timeline, I guess, tweeted out like a video. It was like a compilation where like Owen Benjamin was talking. I guess Owen's latest thing is like he's at war with Costco. And like literally the store, Kirkland. He's now leaving with like big box stores for some reason. So he was bitching out.
Well, he's gotta have a fight somewhere. I mean, you know what I mean? An internet warrior cannot be a warrior without an enemy.
So he was beefing with Costco, but then I guess there's like stream footage of like Amy at Costco wearing like a clearly like Costco branded like sweater or something. and like pushing her kids in the cart at Costco.
Hold on, Sammy. When people join your Discord, do we need to give them a role for them to see the online thingy majig? Because everyone's saying in chat that they can't see anything like they followed the link and there's nothing. They can't see us. Anyway, while you figure that out, I am just gonna say words that sound cool.
So wait, so they're in the Discord, but they can't see us then?
I don't see anybody that has joined. Now, see Ken TV. Is there a secret fucking channel that you're live on? They need a role, don't they?
Oh, well, Kenny might be. I think everyone is going.
Savage.
I think
that's got to be Long Brain, right? Because it's Ken TV, Long Brain TV. I give it a roll. Let's see if that works.
Yeah, from Ian Ellis. They
Sure.
I think they're yeah. If you're going to the Whitfield Report Discord, yeah, that one is the old one.
No, Sammy, I'm way the fuck ahead of you, bro. I've posted the Discord link in your chat on YouTube twice.
Oh. Oh, so people are in Samtaria then.
Well, I only see Ken TV. I don't think Johnny Arcade's joined it, but
yeah, well, Johnny's too cool for Discord.
Yeah, of course he is.
Fact. Well, yeah.
But anyway, let's get on with the show. Not if they can't find their fucking way in here at this point.
Well,
losers.
Let me just check the welcome.
All I see is Ken. Ken's the only one I see. Ken TV.
Okay, yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Kenny. Yeah, he's got the savage roll.
I gave him that already. Does he need anything else to get into?
Okay, yeah. Now he has. Now he has the host role. So now
that's what he needed. Okay. See.
So now he should be able to see our super secret voice chat. So
gay for you, bitch, Johnny. Yeah, so Kenny should be in here any motherfucking second. Sammy keeps derailing. There's like 3 or 4 things that have started to go off on, and I don't remember any of them now. It's all your fault too. It's not the chat that I was paying attention to.
But yeah, you were saying that Jack Murphy is a
oh, there he is, Kenny.
Hey.
What's up, dude?
What's up, man? I'm not gonna be awake for that much longer, but I'll be here for maybe 15 minutes, and I gotta go to bed.
Thanks for having on.
8:30 a.m. So I gotta get up at like 7. Get a bus at like 8:10.
Ooh.
I showered already. It's all right, man. And I'm gonna party all night on New Year's. They called me and said, "You gonna work Saturday?" I'm like, "No."
Hell no.
Hell no. I'll be sleeping in, maybe in somebody's ass or maybe on my bed. I don't know.
Yeah, you're gonna be. What is it those what the Mormons do to technically not have sex? What is that called? Swimming or some shit where they put their dick in the pussy, but then their friend jumps on the bed. You know what I mean? To move them around. But they're not actually...
That reminds me of that movie Orgasmo.
Yeah, that's a great fucking movie.
Yeah. It's whatever that
Trey and
is.
Matt's. Yeah, one of Trey and Matt's masterpieces. Yeah.
That's one of the few things that I could watch that Ron Jeremy was in.
Yeah, right. So, Kenny, let me ask you: of the few things discussed that you've heard so far, what do you have any, hot takes or opinions or anything? You want to get in before you gotta go to bed?
Hack. That's my hot take on him.
Well,
you still
and Kenny, I actually I need an invite for this account into the the Ian Ellis Discord. What I'm surprised by, what I'm surprised by is the fact that, like there are a bunch of people.
You're Sam the Third, right?
Yeah, that's me.
Okay, so
I'll be right back, fellas.
friends. I believe we're friends. Okay, so
We should be.
okay, I'll click the. Okay, now invite people. Okay, I'll copy the link and copy. Boom, boom. Okay, you sent me a friend request. Yeah. Okay. Pending. All right. I'll click on yeah. Okay, so we're now friends. You show up in the friends section. James Fleming. Okay. And now I'll just post the link to you. All right.
Which I appreciate. We're doing it live, folks.
I hate this computer. Computer's giving me the fucking stupid ass circle wheel. I hate that.
The circle of death.
Okay.
Yeah, my computer's fan is being loud tonight, but for some reason the filter that I have on my mic is actually working properly. So I don't think chat can hear.
There's your On the Nation link to you.
Oh, thanks.
So now you can be part of Sunday's show. Hey now.
Yeah, I don't think chat can hear the fan. Which usually they can, but
Is Mr. Apex familiar with Ian Ellis?
I don't know. Apex, are you still there?
I said I would be right back. Sorry, I had to piss. Was there a question for me? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know who is Ian Ellis?
No, I don't. I'm pretty sure he's black though.
No, he's a white dude that likes to act black. That's how I describe him.
Oh, well, damn, he had me fooled.
Yeah, he's a comedian.
Yeah, no, I definitely know who Ian Ellis is. I mean, I'm not super familiar, but I know who he is. And I'm Philip Wave Radio.
Are you familiar with Apologies that we do every Sunday at like 8?
I am.
Time.
I am, and I think I've not listened to many, but I have listened to a couple of them. I think you guys did with Apologies about Adam Friedland. Was that about
that? But
maybe not.
We probably did.
Yeah, just talking shit about how bad of a comedian Adam Friedland is on Come Town.
They had me on right after Mersh came after me. So.
Yeah. You got to capitalize, fool. Sammy, see, you should have done some wild shit, taken your shirt off and showed your toes, so that some shit could have gone viral. You know?
I could have done that. I should have done.
You could.
That.
I mean, yeah, you could have. Coulda, woulda, shoulda. But
anyway, yeah.
Do you guys ever use TikTok?
No. No, we have one of the streamers that I know is obsessed with TikTok though, and that's interesting. That's interesting stuff.
I can't say I'm obsessed with it, but you could take the TikTok and you could put it on YouTube.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's content, right? And you know what? To be honest with you, the way somebody explained it to me recently, this young Zoomer kid was like, TikTok is more like the old internet than anything else is now. We're like, there's no follower. You don't have to worry about followers or shit. You can literally just interact with completely random people based on a subject or a keywords or whatever.
Yeah.
And you get some wild shit as a result, which I could see being fun. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I could just make a video, or I could upload a video to YouTube while I'm taking a crap at work.
Dude, that's the thing is like, It literally took until I met this crippled little persuasive piece of shit here to make a Twitter account in 2019 after making shitty fucking videos with the YouTube channel that I had for like 12 years because you needed a YouTube channel to subscribe. You know, that's the only social media I ever had. But yeah.
I don't see a future for Twitter. That's just my opinion.
No, apparently it's been on a rapid decline for a long time, and I'm like a rat that crawled onto the sinking ship.
I mean, Periscope didn't work out. Now they've got Spaces. That's gonna fail soon too.
Yeah,
That's
nothing's
just
gonna.
my feeling.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. Like from what I understand, it is still the most wild west of the mainstream social medias. You know.
Yeah.
I guess if you could use most wild west as a classification, but other than 4chan and shit like that, obviously is way more. But that's not a normie type of thing. You know, I know at least a couple people IRL that have Twitter accounts, and almost all of them have alternate accounts so they can do funny shit and it not be linked.
You know, why
fuck
didn't a former president get an alternate account? Well, you know, that's because he's a former president. They find out he's too famous.
Right, exactly.
You know, they can't be like, no, I'm not Don T number 5. No, that's not me.
Yeah, I'm not D45, DT45.
Right. I'm not former dude 60. No way.
So Ken, before you gotta go to bed, my friend, are you familiar with this whole Jack Murphy situation?
No, I don't know what that is.
Oh my God. So I'm not sure exactly what his origins are, but this is a long, slightly gray bearded, bald haired, muscular, I'm going to teach you how to be an alpha male type of e-celeb. Okay. He sells courses. It's like $100 a month.
So he's like from the, what are those guys called? Like Lycan Fury type guy.
Yeah,
he kind of reminds me of the karate teacher from Napoleon Dynamite. You know what I mean? It's like that sort of energy with the American flag pants on, the American flag bandana, the yellow shades, just flexing in front of you and just talking real fucking like that sort of thing. Like clearly he has if you have eyes in a sense, like clearly this dude is but anyway, he's been this alpha male guru.
And the woman he's fucking probably can bench more than him, right?
No, he lets her fuck other dudes.
Oh, okay.
And does so on camera. And then shortly after that came out, look, you know who Sydney Watson? I don't know if you're familiar
Alpha Chips? Could that be
Sydney Watson is a Australian female streamer who got a $5 super chat while Jack Murphy was a guest on her podcast. And the super chat was, "What is the deal with the cuck article?" And Jack live on air on the Tim Pool was there, I guess too, or I don't know, maybe not, maybe I'm mixing shit up, but he freaked the fuck out on Sydney and this woman. How fucking dare you piece of fucking shit, like blah 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 blah, talked all kind of shit to this woman. Prompted people to look up this article in which he wrote several pages about how it's he lets his wife fuck Matt from Tinder, some dude named Matt from Tinder, and he gets off on the idea, and then it came out that he recorded a bunch of pornography in which he's literally shoving dildos up his ass and masturbating on camera.
Sounds kind of gay.
It's not hetero for sure. It's definitely not alpha male. You know,
I mean,
so
I
that's
think it'd be alpha if he joined, right? Like him and the guy are fucking his wife. That might be a little alpha.
you know, maybe if you beat the fuck out of the dude, you know, let him fuck her for a couple seconds and then beat him to death,
I
and
don't
then
know about
fuck your
that.
wife and then kill her too. That'd be pretty alpha.
I don't know. That'd be criminal. But you
Well,
know.
sure, yeah, under these human laws that we.
Yeah.
Well, I gotta go work tomorrow, so a long ass day.
Sleep well.
All right.
Thanks for coming
I gotta
on.
try and
Yeah, thanks for
try and
coming.
get a portable phone charger on my break.
Go to a truck stop.
No, I got Best Buy right near me.
Well, that's even better.
All right, man.
So
Later, Rob.
so Johnny says
I'll
that
see you, Sam. I'll see you on the
Just say
second,
goodnight.
Sam.
yeah, I'll try and make it on Sunday. So
All right. Peace. Nice to meet you, Apex.
thanks.
Nice to meet you as well, my friend.
Okay, goodbye.
Always good to have Kenny TV on. So Johnny says that he has the clip on his channel. So
Hetero flexibles. The hetero flexibles.
okay, that is still kind of gay in my book.
Well, that's literally what that's just a fancy way of saying a faggot. Hetero
Yeah.
flexible just means you're, a faggot.
I thought it was like a secret launch yoga club or something. That's what it sounds. That's what it sounds like.
Yeah, so anyway, we obviously can't go over any of the screenshots or anything, but there's some really funny memes. If you could pull up my Twitter, or maybe I could pull up my, no, I can't on my laptop.
What?
My Twitter account, Mr. Molesterson, who is a parody account for Dick Masterson, who regularly gets, 20 to 50 times the interaction that Dick Masterson actually gets on Twitter. And I'm not even exaggerating, especially this week. My boy, my homie, I think it's Mr. _ Molesterson, is, yeah. No, it's no underscore. It's just Mr. Molesterson is a parody account of Dick Masterson, and he does a really good job. But he's done some pretty good shit. He did a he posted a chirpty circle of Jack Murphy's wife. Jack Murphy's wife's chirpty circle. You know what a chirpty circle is, right? That's that little friend circle on Twitter.
Yeah, and
you know what I mean?
Yeah, and you're always like number 2 on my list.
Yeah, and you're always in mine. You're always in mine as well. So if you look at hers, it will make a lot of sense. And I do have it on my timeline. If you scroll through, I will send it to you directly right now. If you, that will save you. I'm gonna DM it to you on Twitter. And it does make a lot of sense actually as to why Jack is so willing, to lend his wife out, to be so. Maybe he's intimidated, where the room gets dark and you can't see very well. The only light out is your wife. She's the only other bright spot in the room. You got to hold her in front of you and let whatever goes into her go into her to get you the fuck out.
Yeah, I mean, who knows? Who knows?
Did you get the fucking thing or no?
Let me see. Oh yeah, it just came in.
Okay.
The Depeche Molesterson.
Yeah, it's at Mr. Molesterson, but right now it's Depeche Molesterson.
Alright, let me share my screen here. All right, so yeah. So that is
I mean, look, if you look at the very bottom left corner, Jack is in there. He's in the very outer ring of this. Well, no, he's in the center as well with his wife, you know. There's got that picture. And then in the very bottom left, I'm pretty sure he's the only non-melanated individual in the entire Chirpy circle. I can confirm this is, I will say without a doubt, this is real, 100%.
that makes
Not photoshopped at all. It does make a lot of sense though, right?
that makes all of the blacked.com memes I've seen make a lot more sense.
Yeah. See, maybe makes a lot of sense in a lot of ways, you know. I think old Jackie boy likes it up the booty too. Clearly he does. He shoves dildos up there.
Well, so does Gavin McGinnis though.
No, look, I never thought I would take this position in regard to Gavin McGinnis shoving a dildo up his ass. But the difference between what Gavin did and what Jack Murphy has done, Sammy, I'm sorry, but you're gonna have to at least see the screenshot, like the timeline screen caps, because it's, as far as I understand, because I don't think I ever saw Gavin, but he was live on air with his suit on and shit, and he like pulled his pants down off camera, dildo, like put that down off camera and like shoved it up his ass, right? You know,
yeah,
with his stuff exposed, right? No, we're talking about that's like a shock thing, which is also not something I would ever do or endorse. But the difference between that and being totally butt ass naked and shoving that dildo in your ass and jerking off and like fucking yourself with that dildo while being totally nude and having the same full beard that he's got now with a bald head, dead eyes. Oh my God, I wonder what my roommate's thinking of me right now, because they can definitely hear me talking about this.
You know, I'm sure they must be like, what the hell is he talking about right now?
Who gives a shit, honestly?
You know, this made me think of something else, because you remember a few years ago, Louis C.K. got, exiled from basically society for masturbating in front of those women, right? Which he admitted to. And my first thought when I had the Jack Murphy thing was, Louis C.K. looks like quaint in comparison to Jack Murphy.
Yeah.
So, so my first thought was, Louis must have been like, damn, people really overreacted to my thing.
Yeah, no, I doubt it.
I'm the normal one.
I will say though, dude, it's this is another, it's funny and stuff, obviously topically, but this threatens an entire fucking cabal of these grifters, these right-wing grifters on YouTube and other social media platforms. Tim Pool, Owen Benjamin, and several others. I know he's attached to a bunch of other people. And the more he flails and the more people try to save him, the more people are going to go down, quite frankly. Likely. I shouldn't say frankly, but hopefully, if 2022 is going to be a better year, let all of these fucking idiots eat fucking shit on camera for all of us to enjoy.
Yep. So, Johnny, which Jack Murphy video are you referencing on your channel?
It's too bad that faggot doesn't use Discord and he can't just come in here and tell us, because now we're gonna have to wait 45 seconds for him to answer. And in the meantime, go ahead.
I miss hearing him to tell me to take my pants off too.
I'm sure you do, buddy.
Fucking
faggot. No, I'm just kidding.
Only for Johnny Arcade. What?
You
What?
crippled homo piece of shit.
Wait, what? No, I didn't say that at all.
Wait, he says Ricada and Drexel are doing a huge stream on this in a few minutes. Johnny must have a boner. That's why he said a huge stream. Because he's just... How does he know how big the stream's going to be? It's not even started yet. He used the word huge because he's fucking jacking off already.
That's
He says the last video he put up.
Okay, yeah, the Jack Murphy sexuality PSA.
I have definitely fucked guys before. Oh. I'm hetero flexible.
Oh, sweet mother of God.
Did you hear? Yeah, you heard that, right?
No, I did not hear it, but I could see it. That's all I needed.
He basically said, "I have definitely fucked other guys before."
Oh, Jesus.
I am a hetero flexible guy.
Yeah, dude. Go to at quarantined coof.
Oh
on
yeah,
Twitter.
Mr. Medicare.
Yeah, Mr. Medicare has got all of the best Jack clips, all of them, and screenshots.
Yeah. This could be dangerous. Me searching for you know what? Who cares? And yeah. You know what? Okay. Oh yeah, there it is. Oh my god. These are great.
Uncle Cuck. Yes, dude.
Uncle Cuck. He's crude, he's crass. He'll let you bang his wife. Coming soon.
And yeah, if you scroll through his actual Twitter, you'll find some. It's more than just the memes. There's clips. There's screenshots that you should probably be careful not to show on you. Well,
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
no, they're so small. You'd have to click on them and zoom. It's like it's one of
Well-
those like you know how you like back in the early 2000s. You may not remember, but you could see like. I guess particularly for me, which is relevant here, but for like pornos, you would instead of like seeing like you could scroll over the thing now with your mouse or whatever and see like a preview. Even on YouTube, they do that. Back in the day, you'd have to like click on a thing and then you'd see like sequential pictures of like scenes, right? So it's
Yeah.
that sort of thing. Which is they're not appealing. I do not want to see them again. But if you happen to scroll upon them, I don't think you would. It doesn't matter.
Well, believe me, there are the things in my timeline that I don't necessarily think should be. There are the things on my timeline that could raise a few eyebrows. Most, but yeah. Why are these guys like gay cuck weirdos? It seems to be a lot of them.
See, the thing is these people are not unique. What they're unique in is their ability to lie, both to themselves and to their respective audiences. They, instead of being honest about what they've done and what they are and what they've gone through, they pretend from the point that they start talking about a certain thing that nothing prior to that exists, that they don't need to. None of that is relevant. And in this day and age, it's never going to come up. That may have worked 100 fucking years ago, maybe even 50 years ago. You know what I mean? Like, you could pretend to be a doctor in some podunk fucking town for most of your life before anybody came through and was like, hold the fucking phone. There's like tests for this that you know what I mean? No wonder your child mortality rate is 60% or whatever. But
yeah, I mean,
I forgot my point. I'm sorry.
I mean, to me, what's funny to me is that like all these guys with like weird fetishes and whatnot are the same guys who like vehemently preach like no fap.
Okay, that's okay. Thank you. You steered me back to the point, because what I was trying to say is, like, the types of people that become popular, like really popular in this type of medium, are most of them. I mean, the vast majority of them do not happen naturally. They take certain kind of work and a certain kind of mindset, and they are conducive to like sociopathic. It's a sociopathic type of existence. Whereas, like, you block, that's why hug boxes and shit. It's like it's a main sociopathy is kind of the center point for internet celebrity.
Yeah.
At least any naysayer for any e-celeb, it's like you can boil it down to, well, they're fucking sociopaths, and most of them are. But it trickles all the way down to these lower sectors too, where they've done and explored some disgusting fucking things in their lives. And through that, perhaps they have discovered some sort of enlightenment where they think they know what other people might go through. But instead of telling the truth and being like, look, I was fucked up on drugs and I used to take it in the fucking ass and I liked it. And then I realized that's not cool. Much like the drugs, I realized taking it in the fucking ass was against God, and I shouldn't do that anymore. And blah blah blah. You know what I mean? So instead, they pretend all this shit, and then inevitably, that fucking that flood wall breaks, and you look like a liar. No matter how true or off the truth you've been, this Jack Murphy thing is bad. It's really, really bad for his image, and he charges $100 a month to teach people how to be more manly, effectively,
and
to
that
be more
yeah,
alpha.
yeah, and that $100 starting off.
Yeah, right. Yeah, so again, that's why this is a big deal, because if he disclosed all of this shit to all of those people, and to the public at large, then this wouldn't be nobody would give a fuck if he just owned it from the get-go. If we're discovering this now and he's like, yeah, you idiots, it's on my fucking timeline 5 years ago when I did it, and subsequently several times after, where I discussed how ashamed I was of it, and blah 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 blah, You know, instead you tried to hide it. You tried to bury it in the corner. The skeleton's in the closet. That's the whole. That's where that term comes from. You try to fucking. You just try to hang it on a hanger in the closet, and somebody's gonna fucking open that door. Eventually, that door's got to open. People are gonna see it.
Oh yeah.
It's why you can't. It's why you can't be fucking fake on the internet, dude.
No.
I mean, you can't be fake and be some sort of influencer. You just can't. You have to be. You know, you're either yourself or you're a fucking liar, and most people are fucking liars, even in real life. But put a megaphone in front of that shit and project it to the entire world, and see how fake you'll be when people start paying you money.
Yeah, that's why earlier in the year when Charlie Kirk was going off on he got on this like whole Twitter spat with like Brandy Love and Charlie Kirk's simps, and yes, I'm going to call them simps because that's what they are, were like, oh, well, you're just defending Brandy Love because, you know, you watch her porn or whatnot. I'm just like, maybe, but so what? And they were like, but you're a conservative, and I'm like, yeah, but I'm not hiding. I'm not like trying to be Mr. Moral bag.
Yeah, Sammy, I'll be really happy when you break out of this conservative liberal, you know, paradigm, buddy.
I'm
when you embrace anarchy, I will be a happy man, and I can clap my hands and check the fuck out.
I'm already past the left right thing. I think it's stupid, especially with some of the arguments I've gotten into IRL with people. Like good lord, it's gotten stupid as fuck. But yeah, I don't want to bore people with my family rants, but suffice it to say, there are just a lot of people who get they take things personally that they shouldn't. So but yeah. Anything else regarding Murphy that you find interesting?
Oh man. No. Nope.
Wait, hold up. I also saw, and I don't know if this is true, but I've also seen Johnny says that Cernovich is friends with Alan Dershowitz, who was friends with Jeffrey Epstein.
Of course, yeah. Yeah, well, it's a cabal. These people are. That's what I'm saying. I just said that a few minutes ago. Like, this Jack Murphy thing is a fucking sledgehammer to this new internet wall of like this right-wing conspiracy. They're not right-wing. They're fucking liars. They're grifters. They're fakers. They're bullshitters. They're mostly against everything they try to convince you to go for in their own personal lives.
I had a hardcore MAGA neighbor go off on me yesterday because I simply asked this person, you know, what if Trump was on Epstein's plane and went to the island? Like, if that comes out, like, what are you gonna do? And the amount of, and I mean, I wasn't saying that Trump was on. I was just asking this person, like, hypothetically, what if it does come out? The amount of cope of like, well, Trump would never do anything like that. He's different than everyone else, and I was kind of like,
so stupid.
Yeah. So yeah, that's what I'm saying, and you know, you're just what happened to you, Sammy, and That's what people sound like to me when they start ranting like that. They become they become like the adults from Charlie Brown.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why it is, that's why for my entire life, up until the last 10 years, I think, maybe, 10, maybe 15, politics and religion were incredibly rude to talk about. And you know what? Honestly, I think it goes further back than that. It was because it was when I was a little kid. I remember all the adults talking, and I think the reason I know that is because the adults even at that time were arguing about politics, and we're like, it's fucking rude, at family gatherings. You know what I mean? It's rude to fucking talk about politics. It's rude to talk about religion, whatever. But it truly is, because that's like this whole gender shit, man. Like, as much as these fucking literally retarded faggots want to brand themselves with their pronouns, could you imagine one of these people that's just a genuine freak that, genuinely, without the need to project it other than how they dress, and you or me or anybody else walking up to them and prying all that information out of them? What do you identify as? What's your gender? Do you have a pussy? You got a dick? Does it get hard? Like, et cetera, you know what I mean? Like, it's beyond the pale to even consider that. And we're at a point now, and we have been, it's just getting further and further. Like, we can't keep going. We're not going to fall like Rome. It's going to be different, but the fall's already begun.
Oh yeah, it
But
definitely has. Did you by chance listen to Joe Rogan's podcast with Tim Dillon?
Nope.
The other day.
What? No, I didn't.
Okay, well, this does kind of relate, but this whole thing, oftentimes you and I joke about how the internet is just a pure dumpster fire, right? Well, this whole thing, I don't know how much you know about virtual reality or any of this.
Go ahead.
But it's becoming more of a thing now. And there's this whole thing with the metaverse, with this thing.
They're trying, huh? Yeah, they're trying.
With this thing called the metaverse. I mean, I hate to say it, but there are fuckers out there who are trying to make the Matrix an actual reality. And the idea that I'm going to sound paranoid, but the idea that, like, theoretically, we as a race could be stuck in pods,
Hold on.
In a couple
Time out,
of...
Sam. Think about the idea, because you're familiar with the simulation theory, right? The idea that we're all just living. We're all living in a simulation, an effective VR video game. That's there's all sorts of or not speculation, but potential scenarios. We could be thousands of years in the future, living in ancient past. Like our ancestors, or a particular ancestor, or just during a certain age or whatever. And there's all sorts of something Elon Musk, who is not a scientist, but is famous for endorsing. And there's scientists as well, that the multiverse, et cetera, all that crazy shit. But if you could imagine, like, a species or a society or whatever being that advanced to create a simulation for which living things could enter that was equal to an entire existence. If that makes sense. Where you could, plug in, like the Matrix, where you're living in an entire world. And then within that world, and all the people simulated in it, create a way to exist virtually in another world. so complicated. You know what I mean? Like that meta idea of like,
Yeah, I get what you mean.
okay, I actually don't know what my point was, but
My point is like there are people who are unironically like buying virtual real estate. So the way Tim Dillon explained
let
it.
them, let them, because dude, I don't care what anybody says. This crypto shit, all of this electronics is a luxury because there is a force called electromagnetics and a large enough pulse from that big thing that gives us literally all of our energy. That's that bright thing in the sky, the sun. All it takes is a burp, literally. And, Tyler Durden could eat his fucking heart out because not just the banks, but the headlights in your fucking car and the chips that run them, everything. If it's not in a Faraday cage. So yeah, I'm not to say that, because even at I don't know what the time it takes for an electro or fuck, what is it called? Projectile from the sun to reach it's practically the speed of light, but it's not exactly. Obviously, the photons do, but the actual force of the plasma and shit takes time. So they could, governments and the people in charge of shit could prepare. They could do whatever. But the point is we're a hiccup away from infrastructure failure. We've turned away entirely from physical medium. We don't keep paper records anymore. We don't care about. We're moving. I mean, the physical money that we use it means less than nothing, other than what we prescribe it. It used to be, the gold-backed dollar. There were physical elements, gold things. You know what? Gold can be used for things, Sam. Silver, platinum. Those things are usable for. They're elements that can be used to create other things. You know what I mean? This money shit, this fiat. I mean, obviously, this is a tired argument, but that's what I'm saying. Is like we're building our houses on sand, and everyone obsessed, especially the people obsessed with cryptocurrency and think it's their ticket out. You're dreaming, and I hope it works out in your lifetime. I genuinely do, but it's crazy. If you didn't get into Bitcoin 10 years ago, it's a crapshoot. You may as well buy scratch-off lottery tickets.
It's also more of a thing though of like okay, well, why spend like conceivably like $1,000 on something that isn't even physically here?
Yeah, what is it? What the fuck is it? Right. Yeah, I would argue more for playing the market, buying into actual stocks, things you can research, a company you can understand, know people, or, understand their methods or whatever, where they come from and blah, 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 blah. There's things behind that. Dogecoin, shitcoin, fucking all this other. Oh, look, the numbers are going up on this thing that the people in charge of all of these things tell me it's going up to. I don't know how anybody seriously can look at those, can do that crypto shit and take any of it seriously. Seriously. I mean, maybe I'm the retard, but I don't know. I deal in the tangible.
Well, when it comes to crypto, you and I are both retarded on that.
Honestly, Sammy, I think we might be the sane ones. That's kind of the point of the rant that I was just going on.
Yeah.
Is these people that invest exponential amounts of time, in researching these markets and watching every tick to try and make money, quote unquote money. It's not money. Nothing's happening. Nothing is happening. It's electronic as far as I understand for crypto, it's like when electronic transactions are made, there's some sort of something happens there that's why mining happens. Like the more you can, I don't know, I don't want to misrepresent it, but it's stupid. It's fucking stupid. Is what it is. And I don't hate people that do it, but I think they're stupid for doing it instead of, investing in real estate or actual stocks. You know what I mean? Something tangible.
Yeah, I mean, I don't, and maybe we're retarded maybe we're the retarded ones when it comes to crypto. It doesn't seem very feasible to me right now either.
Well, the argument always seems to come back to, well, decentralization and getting away from government currency. And dude, I genuinely feel like it's a futile effort. It's a futile cause at this point. Like the structure, decentralized currency needs to happen, but we are not going to do it we're not going to sneak our way out of this centuries old system. You know what I mean? Like we're not going to,
yeah,
you know what I mean? Create this little pocket and out-weasel these quadrillionaires who've been in power for 15 generations. No, those people need to boo. And then we can decentralize. We can create a whole new monetary system. And, and we can build from there. But until those people are boo, we're going to be sitting here playing their game. And they're in control, period.
Well, and again, in regards to the whole crypto and, virtual reality world, like even on its face, like going back to the whole virtual real estate thing, like I literally asked someone because they were like, yeah, man, it's really cool. You can go to a bar with your friends in the virtual world and like do karaoke and I'm like, okay, but why would I want to do it in the virtual world? Like why wouldn't I want to go out with my friends in real life and go to a bar and drink actual beer that I can actually taste instead of like virtual beer that my avatar can drink, but that I still have to pay real money for.
Yeah, see, Sammy, you're focusing on the angle you just argued from is the most basic normie level. You're not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that. Nobody that you know or will ever want to hang out with will do that. You know what I mean?
No,
So
yeah, nobody I know, but I know plenty of normies that would.
no, you don't. And if you do, they would not be on board with it for very long because there's no. Well, I guess I shouldn't be so confident because people are fucking stupid, dude.
That's my
fickle.
point, dude.
And very fickle. But the only buffer between that ultimate retardation and normality, in some cases, Sammy, is you. It's us. It's on an individual level. It's really easy to leave the internet on the internet, and most of the time, 99% of the time, you should. But you actually learn things here. There's things to be learned on the internet that should be brought to people that don't use the internet as deeply as some of us do. Now, that's where some of the issues come in because psychosis comes into a play at some point for a lot of people when you obsessively scour the internet for certain things. You're gonna, but
Oh yeah.
it's important at least to check people on this shit, and you have to. It can't just be discussed here in streams. You have to risk losing friends over speaking your mind, because if your opinions are going to push people so far that they don't want to talk to you or can't reconcile with you or get the fuck over it, then obviously they're not people you need in your life. And that is so much easier said than done on so many levels, in so many cases, even in my own experience. But it's just the truth, man. Like, you have to take responsibility for yourself, and you can't keep just going with the flow.
Oh yeah.
Because eventually you're going to find yourself, smashing some certain ethnic group or sexual group or whatever group of people, your own countrymen, in the face with the butt of a fucking rifle to pay your kids because, it's illegal to be X, whatever it is. I mean, at the rate we're going, unvaccinated, it'll be illegal to be unvaccinated. Let's use that analogy. And, we'll be in internment camps, and you'll
Yeah.
be walking around in a fucking hazmat suit.
Yeah, my favorite phrase is, "Oh, that'll never happen here in America." That is my favorite phrase, because I've heard that so many times. And it just, every time someone says that thing always inevitably happens. Oh, they'll never make us wear masks as a population. That's that'll never happen. That's crazy. Yet here we are.
Well, and
that's just one example.
No, it always does happen though. And it's a black pill, it's a white pill. It genuinely boils down to how you choose to deal with it, because we are here. History is something to know about. The future is something to speculate about. But we are all here. You know what I mean? Like, none of that shit matters ultimately as to where we are now. And we all have to decipher for ourselves for what's best in our heart, and ultimately what God tells us, because that's what the heart is. And to be afraid is so normal, but to be brave is not running towards an active shooter. Being brave is knowing you're afraid, but acting in a way is right. Saying what is right.
Amen.
And very few people do that. And more people are starting to. I don't want to say not enough, but it's just something I think everyone should think about all the time. Sincerely, they should think about what it means to be brave. And if they want to be that, do they want to? I know I've known plenty of people that just want to get fucked up and don't care about anything, and will hurt anybody for their own personal gains, almost unilaterally, without question.
Oh yeah. 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 No, we both know people like that. I just what I kind of find interesting is, I think regardless, I think, and you mentioned people are getting out of the left-right paradigm. I think that is one good thing about the events of the last few years, is people are realizing that the whole thing is rotten, more or less.
Yeah, I saw something recently about some politician somewhere in one of my local states, surrounding states, Utah, fucking Wisconsin or something, that was threatened, had their life threatened via some sort of DM or something, and it made national news. Just some fucking local politicians like, I'm gonna fucking you stupid bitch, you're a liar. I'm gonna fucking kill you. And like, this is a danger to our democracy. And I unironically tweeted that I would sincerely like to see that headline for every politician in the country. Because who deserves to be afraid in this country? You know, right?
The politicians do.
Obviously, the people, the people that have been doing it. People talk about slavery, and it's so. I wish if I had a time machine, and I've thought about this for years, I would sincerely like to go to the future, simply to see how my era, now that I was naturally born and lived in, is perceived. Depending, obviously, how that future ends up, but whatever it is, assuming there is a future, if it's recorded at all, is it are we ancient Egypt? You know what I mean? Is it just fucking some structures and obscure scribbles, that they interpret thousands of years later? Or are we this incredibly documented, computerized amalgam of the entire human race into some sort of thing, supercomputer that's digested and analyzed for thousands of years for whatever purpose? I don't know. Like, I wonder, because 100 years ago, you transport someone from 100 years ago to now. I mean, just think about. That's the kind of shit I think about in this regard.
Yeah, I think about that too.
Bring someone from fucking 1922 into 2022. And I mean, aside from all of the marvels that they would see, the cars, the planes, all the crazy shit, the technologies, if you could somehow mute all of that and just see how people behaved, which I guess you can't really mute that because they literally go hand in hand. Man, life's complicated, dude.
Oh yeah, it is. Well, what I've thought too is, you mentioned the whole thing with solar flares and electromagnetic pulses. My question would be, what if, let's say that sometime in the future, we've both passed on, right? But sometime in the future, there's like an EMP that hits the earth and wipes everything out electronically. Our entire lifetime, historically at least, from a historical perspective, I mean, we document so much digitally these days that it feels like a couple of generations, of history might conceivably get wiped out.
No, several generations, because if you the only thing that I can think of in comparison is the library at Alexandria. That was the entirety of knowledge, at least the way it's described. Maybe I may be misquoting, but it's like the entirety of human knowledge outside of the quote unquote, what would it be, Western world, whatever it was at the time. Hitler's book burning on a true scale. All not it's credited as being the largest loss of human knowledge in the entirety of human existence. And it wouldn't be anything close to that, I don't think. because what have we done, Sam? What have we? The only thing that has been achieved is, documentation of the human experience, how the human mind works on billions of levels, under billions of different circumstances, etc. Which is honestly, I guess could be immeasurable if it were all saved, but as compared to engineering feats and scientific methods of purifying water, and it's like just various forms of survival. I don't think our digital data being wiped out would be anything close to the burning of Alexandria, I guess is what I was trying to say. You could wipe out all of it, wipe out every bit of digital data that has been accumulated since it's been, since its inception. And we wouldn't lose much. Let's go, you know what? Let's go to bed.
Yeah,
you're making me yawn.
That is kind of like an opposite perspective from what I've heard, that we wouldn't lose that much, because I've heard
we wouldn't
because and I tend to err on your side. I've heard the opposite argument that, oh, holy shit, we would lose everything,
no,
and whatnot. But
no, we would lose a lot of. We would lose a lot. The reason people feel that way is because everything that their life is built on is on top of this facade, this digital, sort of facade. It's a fake structure. It's a house of cards, and it will fall. Every structure does, which is why the most successful, most prominent ancient civilizations known to us today built everything on stone.
Yeah,
and found ways to move massive amounts of them to do so.
Yeah, because that shit lasts.
They figured it out thousands of years ago. Göbekli Tepe's 11,000 years old, and that's Stonehenge level stones, and they wrote things on them. They carved. So yeah, let's continue writing shit onto some, let's continue investing into cryptocurrency, you fucking retards. Fuck you, idiots. I'm going to bed. I love you, chat.
Yeah. I'm going to bed
Call us
too.
out, Sam. All right, hold on. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us tonight on the Whitfield Report. Please check out Sam's Patreon, SamW_NGC. I'm sorry, patreon.com/Sam. Is it, or is it the Whitfield Report?
/Whitfield Report.
/Whitfield Report. SamW_NGC at Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
I am Apex_Gamma on Twitter. Leave me the fuck alone. But I love all of you. Thank you for joining us, and I wish all of you the happiest of New Year's. And I will talk to you all soon.
All right. Yeah, we'll be back next year. In the meantime, don't do anything we wouldn't do or would do, I guess. And stay safe. And we'll see you in the new year.
Later, niggas.
Later, gators.